Warcraft Monday, everybody. Welcome to Solo ReacTalk. This evening, I'm going to be reacting to a video requested by Test. It's called Warcraft's new Master Manipulator, made on the Platinum WoW YouTube channel. If you guys want to check out my previous reactions to other Platinum WoW World of Warcraft content, remember the playlist card for the Warcraft Monday playlist card is going to be at the top here. If you want to check out the original video as well as Platinum WoW's YouTube channel, the links are going to be in the description below. And Platinum WoW has created a new channel called Platinum Lore. Yes, I think there's around five or four videos on his YouTube channel already, this new YouTube channel. Platinum Lore is centered around Warhammer 40k content. I haven't seen anything yet from the channel, but I'm just, putting it out there. If you guys are also interested in Warhammer 40k, you know where to go. If you enjoy the way Platinum WoW makes his content for World of Warcraft, I'm sure we're going to enjoy what he does for Warhammer 40k. Yeah. Okay, let's start. 3, 2, 1. Go.
At BlizzCon 2023, the new WoW expansion, War Within, was announced, and with it, they revealed that the character xalatath would be playing a large role within the narrative.
They will be led by someone we were first introduced to in Legion, xalatath, a harbinger of the void.
I don't know who she is, and since she's been here since Legion, I honestly just don't know. I haven't seen her in any cinematics. I think I'm trying to remember where have I seen this woman. It's just not registering in my mind, so I'm not sure. Maybe it's an in-game type of situation where you guys playing World of Warcraft, you know who she is and you've been working with her, or she's been a companion of some sort. I don't know. But in the cinematics that I've seen so far from Legion, all the way up to now to Dragonflight, I have not seen or heard of this woman.
Who the fuck is that? If you haven't been deeply in tune with Warcraft's narrative over the past 8 years, you will have no idea who this character is that has been built up since the Legion expansion. Hell, even if you've been playing the game since then, getting the full grasp of this character's story is difficult for most players. But in order to understand the full scope of her influence, you'll need to learn about the alarming amount of events this rogue servant of the old gods has took part in Warcraft's history.
How do you hold that blade exactly? Okay. It's a very funny looking blade.
The history of this mysterious entity dates back to the Black Empire of the Old Gods. Xalatath is a sentient blade whose exact origins are unknown. She is trapped within the weapon, and some of the more outlandish claims say that the dagger was crafted from the claw of the old god Yasharaj, or she is just a forgotten old god herself.
They will pay for what was done to me long ago.
Who is they? What did they do to you? Or how did they do this to you exactly?
The Black Empire would ultimately be crushed by the Titan Forged and their constructs, but xalatath eluded their imprisonment and began to influence the history of Azeroth in rather clever ways.
I long for the day our masters can truly pass into this realm.
Zandala forever.
The first event she influenced was in the ancient city of Zandalar. Within the troll capital of the world, Zando, a Gurubashi witch doctor, felt slighted after being outperformed by his rivals.
This one shows promise.
That is when xalatath materialized, promising the meddling witch doctor indescribable power to outshine his foes.
Wait a minute, she just materialized into existence? Ha, okay. Wow. So her soul is imprisoned in this weapon, but she's still able to, move around. and do whatever. Okay.
You see, Zandalar was almost a perfect environment for the trolls. They had everything. Lush jungles, plentiful food, dinosaurs, god dinosaurs, and the trolls were by far the biggest superpower on Azeroth. But there was just one place they could not go to. It was a large black mound of stone that no one was permitted to travel to because of its bad vibes. Obviously, Xalatath convinced Zando to travel there.
Watch now, as a weak mind gives way to darkness.
Oh yeah, she also convinced him to sacrifice his followers there in a blood ritual, and, oh yeah, also drive the blade deep into the stone. Turns out, it wasn't just a big black stone. It was an ancient old god monster called Kithix, and this event marked the beginning of the Aekir and Troll War. This Apple of Eden type of scenario is one of my favorite parts of Xalatath's lore, and the Dagger's influence would spark a series of events, like the trolls chasing the Aekir across Azeroth, some of them turning into night elves, and eventually blowing up the whole world.
Such arrogance, even for a long-lived elf.
Now, did Xalatath know that was going to happen? Probably not, but there was clear intentions to the chaos she caused.
Well, basically, since she's working for, the old gods, I'm sure some way, somehow, this is all still part of her plan to cause chaos and destruction, paving the way for her master's return to Azeroth.
There is mention of Xalatath being in the possession of the Naga for some time after the Great Sundering, but the details of this moment in history are currently unknown.
It took ages to make my return to the surface after the Sundering. The Naga can be so possessive of artifacts.
The next moment in history Xalatath appeared, she helped by sending us into space to introduce us to today's sponsor. And oh my goodness, is that the USS Enterprise? Star Trek Fleet Command is an award-winning MMO where you get to explore the vast expanse of space with the most iconic characters from all of Star Trek's amazing franchises.
It's too bad that I don't play games on my phone, I just don't do that. I just don't do that. But it looks fun.
In this free-to-play experience available on mobile and PC devices,
oh, PC too. Okay, alright, I might do that then.
You'll explore an open world participating in epic space battles with players all around the world where you have to put your strategy to the test. Star Trek Fleet Command is constantly being updated, and in December, they're introducing a new wave defense mode, new missions, and my personal favorite addition, new characters like Luther, Sloane, Riker, and Diana.
I remember those characters, especially that Luther guy. He's a section 29 agent? Yeah.
Now is the perfect time to become the commander of your own starship and jump into the game by scanning the QR code on your screen or clicking the link in the description down below. Once in-game, use the promo code WARPSPEED for bonus in-game items. Thank you Star Trek Fleet Command for sponsoring this video. Back to your regularly scheduled content. The next moment in history Xalatath materialized was thousands of years later, specifically 230 years before the Dark Portal. At this moment in time in the Eastern Kingdoms, the tensions between the three dwarven clans was high as they fought over who would be the ruler of Ironforge. The Dark Iron clan was currently dwelling within the kingdom of Tharazan, led by sorcerer Thane Tharazan and Empress Modgood. Modgood had a penchant for rare artifacts and had employed multiple treasure hunters to retrieve such prizes. One day, a Dark Iron dwarf handed her a mysterious cursed weapon named xalatath. The Empress spent several days locked in her chambers to discern the secrets of the weapon. After a few days, she left to go search for the treasure hunter who had given the weapon to her to ask some questions. But that is when she realized no one could find him, no one could remember his name, or even his face.
This, Xalatath is kind of like Frostmourne, if I can say that. You know how Arthas was also completely consumed and taken over as soon as he wielded Frostmourne. It's kind of the same situation here with Xalatath, where whichever wielder comes in possession of the blade, she takes utterly complete control over that person and, causes havoc, all in an effort to, reawaken the old gods and also, to serve her masters, if I could say that. Yeah.
Jump forward to the War of the Three Hammers, and Modgood uses the weapon in her assault of Grim Batol. The weapon cursed the city, unleashing dark apparitions on their foes and corrupting the dwarven fortress and her own soldiers. The Dark Iron dwarves most affected by this curse turned into the Skarden, animalistic cursed dwarves who run on all fours, can climb walls, have sharp teeth, scales, and stinky breath. Now, these creatures have never been seen in-game and were originally supposed to be added in the Grim Batol dungeon in Cataclysm, but were later replaced by Trogs. Still, there are a few items suggesting that they still exist in the universe, so perhaps we'll see them return in the War Within expansion. Back to Grim Batol, Kadros Wildhammer and his clan fought their way through the Cursed City, heading straight towards Modgood and confronting her personally. But when they reached her, Modgood reached for the Cursed Blade, only to have it vanish from existence, sealing the Empress's fate. After Modgood and the Dark Iron's defeat, the remaining few fled, and in a desperate attempt to win the war, Sorcerer Thane Tharazan summoned Ragnaros and horribly underestimated the Fire Lord's power as
Big mistake.
he destroyed the city of Tharazan, created the Blackrock Mountain, killed the lead sorcerer, and enslaved the rest of the Dark Irons. Ragnaros was also under the influence of the Old Gods. So again, was this all a part of Xalatath's plan to spread the power of the Void across Azeroth?
I guess one way or another, her plans are in the benefit of her side, of her, support of the Old Gods and, all that has to deal with essentially the Void. One way or another, whatever she schemes, whatever she's planning, is within her benefit and the benefit of those that she supports.
Maybe, I don't know. The next time in recorded history Xalatath materialized was 230 years later when the Dark Portal opened. While the humans attempted to push back the rampaging orcs, they studied the strange dark magics their warlocks possessed. A human priest named Natalie Celine heard rumors that the orcs had a powerful forbidden blade and sought out the weapon. During this investigation, she would eventually find the weapon and...
The caterpillar has become the butterfly. She is all but ours now.
Immediately after touching Xalatath, Natalie came to the conclusion that this was just far too powerful to be destroyed, and that she should keep it.
Yeah, not only Frostmourne, but also the One Ring from Lord of the Rings, Mordor's ring. As soon as Frodo put that ring on his finger, it just kept on giving him these suggestions of keeping the ring, of staying with the ring, and just don't throw it into the volcano. And even at that last moment where he was there with his friend, what was his friend's name again? I think it was Sam. Yeah, I think his name was Sam. And Sam was shouting at him, telling him to throw the ring into the flames, and Frodo couldn't do it. The possession of this ring was so powerful on him, it compelled him to not throw the ring into the lava. And he put it on his finger. He's like, no. And he puts it on, and then he cloaks and he tried to walk away. So it's kind of similar here with this lady and the Xalatath blade. Yeah. What's her name again? I forgot her name. Oh no, I should write this down. Sorry, guys.
Just study it. That's all. Just study. Through the blade, Natalie was one of the first humans to learn how to wield the powers of the Void. And by the Second War, the priestess was using the weapon against the Horde invaders and teaching its power to her loyal followers. And while the Void is powerful, its corruption can also be all-consuming, and Natalie entirely forsook the powers of the light and fully enveloped herself in shadow. Her followers were led down the same dark path, and in their insanity, they believed that Natalie was hiding the blade's true power from them. Her followers killed the priestess in her sleep and stole xalatath, never to be seen again. But plot twist. Natalie actually pulled her spirit into the void before she died, and years later her teachings of the void would be discovered by the Forsaken, who started the cult of Forgotten Shadows. And they would later resurrect Natalie in the Legion expansion. But again, did xalatath plan for all this? Did she plan to fall into the hands of Natalie, teaching the humans the true power of the void and spreading its corruption? Again, maybe. I don't know. Speaking of Legion, that is the next time xalatath appeared, when Shadow Priests are sent to Tyr's Glades to obtain their artifact weapon. They are specifically sent to the Tomb of Tyr and slay a Twilight's Hammer cultist and use the blade to consume the essence of an old god minion.
Yes, the blade is right. I am unstoppable. With this weapon, I can do anything. Anything!
Weak and pitiful. The Twilight Father did not dare wield me, for he knew the price of failure.
I don't know why, but hearing her talk like this reminds me of Skyrim and which Daedric Prince was it? I forgot her name right now. Oh gosh. But you know when you collect that beacon from the chests and your hand touches the beacon. If you know what I'm saying and you know understand what I'm talking about, then you know if you've played Skyrim long enough. So yeah, she the blade xalatath really reminds me of that mission in Skyrim.
You, on the other hand, yes, I foresee us doing great things together. Take hold of my haft and I will aid you. For now.
Throughout the expansion, Shadow Priest players form a close bond with xalatath as they explore the Broken Isles and defeat the Legion. All the while, the Blade is whispering about the events taking place before them.
From birth, pit lords are oversized and stupid. Somehow, the Legion manages to magnify both traits. Suramar, its noble citizens, greedily slurping at their world's very lifeblood. Really? These thugs of Sargeras are so interchangeable. This one is good with his axe. Oh, how unique.
Please.
Can you taste it on the air? The sweet nectar of madness. Ah, this place is swollen with it.
And during this expansion, players would fall in love with the sultry talking blade, and xalatath would earn the name Naifu.
Naifu? Ha! Naifu, okay.
Also Beyblade. At the end of the expansion, Sargeras stabs a giant sword into the world, and player characters drain the power of their weapons into the giant sword to stop its corruption. And lore-wise, xalatath is either misplaced or disappears from the player character's possession. Somehow I'm not surprised. But in the next expansion, Battle for Azeroth, players can stumble upon a questline involving xalatath. Now, any class can do this questline, but Shadow Priests have unique voice lines with xalatath during these quests.
Strength failing. I need blood.
Uh-oh.
Souls.
When they first find the blade, it's off a remote island of Stormsong Valley, and they must kill mobs to restore xalatath's power.
How glorious it is to be renewed. Though I haven't forgotten your callous misuse of me in Xalatath. Such a waste of potential. It pleases me that we have a chance to spend more time together. You should know that of my many companions, you were my favorite.
Oh, please, lady. Could you give it a rest? I am not affected by your sweet talk and your sweet words. Sit down.
Oh, you're just saying that, aren't you?
We will accomplish remarkable things together, you and I. Magnificent things. I realize it may be disconcerting to converse with a weapon. Be at ease. I merely wish to see you reach your full potential.
Xalatath convinces the player to collect 3 artifacts to stop the Naga from conjuring a giant storm. This process involves killing a worshipper of the void and possessing her body so Xalatath can take a corporeal form.
Yes. It's been so long since I took a mortal form. This body is pleasing, don't you think? I knew you were
Stay focused. You must stay focused.
the right choice. Your strength and courage are compelling. Once again, you prove deserving of my admiration. Such a worthy champion. It is no mere coincidence that our paths intersect. You are meant to find me.
Lady, please. Please.
I was meant to find you.
Yeah.
A grand destiny lies before us. Surely you sense it as well as I. Join me at the precipice of oblivion. There, the way will be opened. There, our path shall be revealed.
After collecting 2 other relics, Xalatath sends players to the Shrine of Storms, where... Hey, wait. We collected these to stop the Naga, right?
Hear me, God of the Deep. I have brought you the Opener, the bringer of truths, the torch that lights the way. Honor our bargain. Free me to find my own fate.
Go, but the blade must remain to
Nazanth.
serve my will.
A fair exchange. Shadows guide you, my dear friend. We will meet again. I am certain of it.
I have dreamed your destiny mortal. The hour is close at hand. That which was sunken shall rise.
It reminds me of the Elder God, I think, yeah, from Soul Reaver. If you guys know of the game Soul Reaver, then you know what I'm talking about when I say the Elder God. Yeah.
All that was sleeping shall be awakened. Receive my gift and see all truth before you.
Turns out, Xalatath actually tricked us into collecting the relics to fully separate her soul from the blade of the Black Empire, and cursing us with the gift of N'Zoth, which doesn't
A nice looking crown with an eye on it.
actually do anything other than a cool visual effect and some whispers of the old god infiltrating our mind. Later on in BFA, Xalatath, the blade, not the lady, falls into the possession of the Horde. Then Tunathanos Blightcaller, then the Queen Ajara, and then Wrathion, who then used it to defeat N'Zoth.
Man, everybody had this blade. Everybody. But then Xalakath helped N'Zoth to be freed, and now her blade is going to be used to kill N'Zoth. Is this part of her plan? I'm not sure.
Does that sound like a whirlwind of story? Yeah, it is, and it's far too complicated to expand upon right now. Point is, after the defeat of N'Zoth, Xalatath the Blade, not the lady, has disappeared once again. So Xalatath the Lady and Xalatath the Blade have been lurking in the background, and finally in the new expansion, War Within, Xalatath will be returning as one of the main antagonists. And trust me, I'm looking forward to see her return, but I think Xalatath also highlights a very strong weak point in WoW's storytelling. The storytelling of Xalatath is told to players in the Legion expansion, which came out 8 years ago, and is only told to one of the 36 specializations in the game, and then her story is continued in the next expansion with an optional quest that can easily be missed, so you only know about the presence of Xalatath if you are a highly specific player or you seek information about WoW lore, like watching this video.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, by the way.
Oh, you've gathered quite the group of followers.
I miss that soundtrack. I really do miss that soundtrack. Guys, that is it. That's it with Warcraft's new Master Manipulator made on the Platinum WoW YouTube channel. Yeah, xalatath has been busy. Xalatath. Yeah, she's been really busy in her blade form, teleporting everywhere, materializing and dematerializing. At that last moment when the wielder needed her most, she vanished. You know, when she appeared, she would promise the world and beyond to her new wielder. And yeah, really, she's been busy manipulating the dwarves, the trolls from Zandalar, who else? Yes, even human beings, of course. Really, she's just been manipulating, trying to regain her body, if I can say that as well. And I wonder, the xalatath blade and the xalatath woman, are they the same person, or are they now two different entities, two separate entities? Yeah. Does the other one know what the other one is doing? Like, does the sword know what the human or the the physical corporeal form of her knows what she's doing? Yeah, I'm just wondering, do they have a link, or are they just separate and they do their own things? But yeah, really, the blade has been everywhere. It's been used by almost everyone who was important. And if you don't have if you haven't played the game, if you haven't delved deep into the lore, then really you would not see these dots connecting. Honestly, you wouldn't. Seeing Rathian using the very blade, that very blade, it was also shocking. Because I did see that cinematic and I thought that blade was cool, what he was doing and stabbing the eye of Nazanth with it. But I never really thought about, where did this blade come from? Why does he have it? Why is it able to kill Nazanth? I just thought it was cool what he was doing. But yeah, it's really amazing how this Master Manipulator has been going through all the ages, messing up everything, and just trying to achieve her end goals and also the goals of the old gods, if I can say that. So yeah, very interesting. Guys, that is it for tonight with Platinum WoW. Remember, if you want to check out the original video as well as Platinum WoW's YouTube channel, the links are going to be in the description below. If you like my reaction, please give me a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click on the notification bell if you want to be up to date with my latest videos, and I'll see you guys next week. Okay? Bye-bye.